This is the new OPPO Reno 13 F5G. Let's freeze it very carefully, and after it's cold, see you soon. Can you imagine a phone that's resistant to extreme conditions? That's what the new OPPO Reno 13 F5G promises. So someone has to put it through extreme tests to see how much it can handle, and that person is me. So stay until the end to see if it survives all the tests I did on this new OPPO phone. This is the new OPPO Reno 13 F5G that was just introduced, and by the way, it's frozen because it promises to be one of the most durable phones on the market. Is this for real? Let's put it through extreme tests and find out. Stay until the end, and like this video if you love technology, it's going to be great. Let's see if it can handle it. OPPO's new smartphone features an avant-garde design and comes in gray or purple. Mine is purple. It also has many AI features I'll show you later. It features a 5800 mAh battery lasting several days, link boost, and wireless content sharing with iPhone. I'll show you more in this video. I attended the launch event in Mexico, which was amazing. Mania performed and I saw several friends, but you're here for the extreme tests, so let's get started. We're going to freeze the new OPPO Reno 13 F5G and then we're going to boil it. This phone handles temperatures up to 80 degrees Celsius, and I tested it even higher to check its limits. It can handle being underwater up to 2 meters for several minutes due to its IP69 water and dust certification. Is this true? Let's see. Hey, I just returned from the official OPPO Reno 13 F5G launch event in Mexico. I've got it here now, and it's time to put it through one of the first extreme tests, a pretty tough test. We're going to freeze the phone. Look, we've got it here working perfectly. Remember, one of its features is how durable it is. That's right, we're going to pour it. We're going to pour water on it. We're going to lock it and say goodbye to it for the next 6-7 hours. For you, absolutely nothing will happen. So let's put it in the freezer. Let's freeze it and see what happens. Freezing this OPPO. See you in a few hours once it's frozen. Thank you. My friends, it's been several hours since I froze the new OPPO Reno 13 F5G. Now it's time to defrost it in an extreme way for many hours. This feels like a rock. Let's see if it still works. This is good. I shouldn't do the following, but let's do it to see if it's really that tough. It promises to be one of the toughest phones on the market, and let's see if that's true. So I shouldn't do this, but let's put it straight from the cold into boiling water. If you do this with glass, it shatters. Will this phone shatter? Let's see. We're ready. The water is already boiling. It's about 100 degrees. And this is where we're going to put the star of this show. Let's see if the OPPO 13 F5G can handle this test. The water is already boiling, so let's leave it as it is. It's really hot, and let's take the OPPO out of the tray. Look, there it is, it's frozen. Literally, it's in an ice cube. So let's do this extreme test. Oh, my hands are freezing. Look, you can see that the button is on, well, actually the fingerprint sensor, but before we put it in, let's remove a little bit of the ice. I'm stepping out for a bit. Oops. First resistance test passed. It passed like nothing. It works perfectly. Practically, I mean, it's still kind of frozen. And now, the moment of truth. Look, that's burning hot. Don't try this at home. This is my job, so someone has to do it for you. But for now, it survived the freezing test. Look, it's working perfectly fine. So let's very carefully see if it can withstand boiling water after the cold. Whoa, it nearly splashed me. Let's leave it for a few minutes. Let's see if it can withstand this test. Let's leave it for a bit longer, but seriously, it's burning over 100 degrees Celsius. It's been there for about 3 or 4 minutes. Let's leave it longer so it really, Wow, it must be suffering. Let's leave it longer. This is crazy. It's been there for about 5 minutes. Before it keeps getting hotter. What's going on with the new OPPO Reno 13 5G? After it's been boiling, but not just boiling, after it's been, oh, it's on. Could it be that it didn't withstand this extreme test? Well, let's see. Let's pour out the water and see what happens. So very carefully, let's pour out the water. I said carefully. No, man, it's still boiling. Remember, this is extreme. We're doing extreme tests. So, boom. There it is. Look, notice how boiling it is. In fact, it's still boiling and it's extremely hot. It would be a bad idea to pour in cold water. We're going to pour the cold water from direct heat to cold. You won't believe it. It works perfectly. Absolutely all of this. Yeah, I hadn't seen anything like this before, and I've frozen phones from a lot of different brands, but I'd never gone from cold to hot in such an extreme way. I really hadn't seen anything like this before. And remember, I told you something had happened to the screen? Guess what? Well, I had forgotten to take off the screen protector when I opened the phone. So obviously with the heat, those little bubbles did appear, but look, it's like nothing happened. Honestly, I'm impressed. I didn't think it would pass that test, but I think it won't pass the next one. Stay until the end, because we're going to do some truly extreme tests. I promise you, I'm extremely impressed. Hold on. Let's see what happened with that fall. Absolutely nothing happened to it. Everything works perfectly. Look, screen reader. Watch my face closely. Don't move as we test if it can handle being run over by a car. First, let me explain more about this. It features a 6.67-inch organic light emitting diode display with a 120 Hz refresh rate delivering stunning visuals. It runs on ColorOS 15 with many AI features and lets you take great photos with its 50 megapixel camera. Includes an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle, a macro, and a 32 megapixel selfie camera. Check this out. I'll show you a favorite feature. Native artificial intelligence with ColorOS. If you look there, there's a reflection. The couch is being reflected, something that happens to us every day. But what happens when you want to take a photo from the car? What happens if you try to take a photo through a window like this? Nothing. Let's show what happens with OPPO with this phone. Look how nice it looks there, nothing. So let's open the camera and take several photos. This is where OPPO's AI comes in. We have this AI editor that I already showed you in another video. Look, we can enhance the photo, turn it into 4K, and we have glare removal. Exactly. What it's going to do is use AI to detect where the reflection is, and automatically, boom, we have a photo without reflection. Now you know we can erase objects. Sorry Nala, I'm removing you. For this video we select her and it automatically detects exactly which one is Nala. I took the opportunity to walk Nala and test the cameras. This is the front camera. Now we have 3 lenses. I'm using the main one and recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. And the shots you're about to see were recorded with this smartphone. Tell me, what do you think? Come on, Nalita, come on. How about it? Really? I'm amazed by the new OPPO Reno 13F 5G, and as its name says, it has 5G. But there's a technology I'm going to tell you about that I love, which is AI Link Boost, and through artificial intelligence, the position of its antennas. You can really notice the difference with better signal in some areas. I also love that you can wirelessly share content between the OPPO and any iPhone. What if I want to share the photos and videos, content I took with the OPPO with an iPhone? It's super easy, you just tap share with iPhone, it's that simple. I bring the iPhone close and it will detect it wirelessly. The content will be shared easily, quickly and simply. And now I have a photo edited with OPPO Analyta's AI on my iPhone, wirelessly, easily and securely. Now it's the moment of truth. Are you ready for the most efficient test, the video test, one of the most extreme tests on the internet? If it survives this, it's going to be one of my favorite phones, so let's go. Do you think it'll make it? Let me know if yes or no. Well, it's time for the moment of truth. We're going to do the most extreme test of this video. We're going to put the phone, this smartphone, and see if it can withstand being run over by this truck. I'm nervous, but I'm pretty excited. Let's record a video with the front camera. There it is. I trust the technology. I trust that it's going to survive. There's no turning back. We're in drive. And now let's see if it survives. I felt the front tire go over it. The rear tire already went over. Let's reverse and try again. I'm on top of the phone and we're about to run the car over it again. I already felt the bump and... Man, I'm so nervous. There's the whole set and I can't believe it. Let's see, yes, it got a little dirty, but remember it's on the floor. But the most impressive thing is that it's intact. It was one of the hardest tests and it held up. Remember when I did that to another phone? It was just a self-check. Not sure if it's one or both lenses, so let's try the other. It passes the toughest test, the Reno 13 F5G. The tire did go over it, it passed this. Wow, I'm impressed. What do you think? Really? I'm impressed that it survived that test. Seriously, this phone... I'm surprised, it's incredible. I didn't expect it. I thought the screen would break, especially after the test I showed you, but OPPO did pretty well with this phone. Look, even Nala came to check if it can withstand it. Lick it, look, will it withstand licking? Okay, I didn't want to lick it, but I'm impressed. I really didn't expect it to survive. Tell me, did you expect it? And let me know. What do you think about these kinds of videos where we put phones through tough tests? What other phone should we test like this? Let's see if it survives. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Just 10% of you have enabled notifications. If you're one of them, let me know and I'll reply. If not, join this great community. See you in my next video. Hugs to all. I'm Andres Nasciuto. Goodbye.